Hello students, welcome to writing skills class of English language. Our today's lesson is story writing. In our today's lesson, I am going to tell you how to tell a tale or how to write a story. In the story writing, in the examination, you are given some points and you have to write a story based on those points. So first of all, what are the features of a story? A story entertains every person. All of us love to hear a story or love to read a story. In our textbook, English textbook, most of the chapters are related to stories because children love to read stories. So you are well acquainted with a story and you have read a few stories, and so you have the good concept of the story, how a story starts, how the story ends, etc. So in the story writing, you have to remember all these hints or all these points. First of all, in the examination you are given points and you have to develop the points given in the outline. Each of the points you have to write. If there are 6 points, you have to write 6 sentences at least. So for each point you have to write 1 sentence. Second point is, when you start writing a story, give a heading or title to the story so that it may be understood what the story is about. So a story requires a heading, caption or title. How to write a heading, or what should be the heading of the story, or what should be the title of the story? You can give the title or heading to the story by reading the story. In the story, by reading the story you can understand what the title or heading of the story could be. For a title, you may choose the main characters or an incident of the story, like Akbar and Birbal, the farmer's sons, the sinking of the Titanic, etc., or a proverb like no pains, no gains. So for the title or heading of the story, you may write the heading by choosing some characters given in the story. In the story there may be a person, there may be an animal. So the main characters of the story, from the main characters and from the main characters you can make a title. Acha. Just for example, Akbar and Birbal. If the story is about Akbar and Birbal, then you can make the title Akbar and Birbal. You have read the story about the farmer's sons, where his sons quarreled among themselves. So the farmer's sons, the sinking of the Titanic. You know, the Titanic once sank into the sea. So it is an incident. So the sinking of the Titanic may be a title. These are for examples. Or sometimes a proverb, a saying, may also be made a title of the story, just like no pains, no gains. The next feature of the story is, if possible, add dialogue or conversation to the story. You may introduce conversation or dialogue between the characters given in the story. So you may add dialogue. It is somewhat difficult to introduce dialogue because it requires a lot of imagination. The writer have to be, or the reader or the writer have to be very imaginative. So it is a matter of imagination. 5. conclude the story with a moral lesson. Generally, the story ends with a moral lesson. So you may give a moral at the end of the story. And in the examination hall, if you are not asked to write a moral, you need not conclude your story with the moral. But if you are asked to write the moral, you have to write. Number 6, begin a story with a word or phrase. Once upon a time, long ago. You have read the story, a lot of stories, so you must have noticed the story sometimes begin with once or once upon a time or long ago. So you can also introduce a story with such phrases: once upon a time, and long ago. And what should be the tense of the story? A story shall always be written in the past tense, because a story is a past event. So the tense should be your simple past tense or past perfect tense. So these are some of the hints about story writing. When you go to write a story, remember all these points and write the story. Now let us practice a story writing on the points given. Writing a story. Here is the question on the board. Write a story using the following hints. Give a suitable title to the story. Now the points are given below here. A farmer finds a snake almost dead with cold. This is the first point. The second point is brings it home. The third point is warms it. The fourth point is saves its life. And the fifth point is the snake is about to bite the farmer's son. And the last point is the farmer chases away the snakes. So these are the 5 or 6 points. So before writing a story, read the points and try to understand what the story is about, what the story will be formed by connecting all these points. You just give 2 or 3 minutes to imagine the story before writing. Don't write immediately. First think what the story is about, what it could be. So this is a usual way of writing a story. So first of all, what should be the title? What should be the title of the story? You can from the points given here finds two characters. Or you see 2 characters here. A farmer and the snake. So the story is about a farmer and the snake. The farmer is very kind. He saves the life of the snake. But the snake, due to its inherent inborn character or inborn nature, tries to bite the farmer's son. The farmer saw that the snake was about to bite his son, but still the farmer did not kill the snake. The last point is he chases away. He drives away the snake from his home. So the farmer is here very kind. He does not kill the snake. So this is the story. So let's start. First of all, we shall write the heading or caption of the story. So the caption of the story will be the farmer and the snake. The farmer and the snake. So this is the title, heading or caption to the story. You can here imagine some more things to add to the point. You are not bound just to develop only this point. You can just add to the points, but the points should be relevant to these points. So how should we start? You can. I am writing the story in my way. So let's start. Once upon a time, I just use the word once. Once a farmer was growing crops in the field. Once a farmer was growing crops in the field. You can add anything here because there are lots of activities of a farming. You can write once a farmer was cultivating the land, once a farmer was sowing seeds in the soil, once a farmer was harvesting crops in the field. Any activity you can add here. I have just written this point. Once a farmer was growing crops in the field. Suddenly, he noticed a snake nearby. Suddenly he noticed a snake nearby. The snake looked almost dead with cold. The snake looked almost dead with cold. So a farmer finds a snake almost dead with cold. So this point has been developed into 3 sentences. Once a farmer was growing crops in the field. Suddenly he noticed a snake nearby. The snake looked almost dead with cold. Brings it home. Naturally, the farmer was good, the farmer was kind. He took pity on the snake. He took pity on the snake. He took pity on the snake, brought it home, before warming the snake. You may imagine that the farmer burnt wood and made fire and then warmed the snake. So you can add these points also. He took pity on the snake, brought it home, burnt wood, made fire and warmed it. So what the sentence became? He, that means the farmer, took pity on the snake, brought it home, burnt wood, made fire and warmed it, saves its life. After a while, the snake wriggled. It started to move. After getting warm, the snake moved. That means he revived. The snake revived. After a while, the snake wriggled. And came back to life. So in this way, the farmer saved the snake. Saves its life, came back to life. Now, the snake is about to bite the farmer's son. Now, at this point, you may imagine that the farmer had a child, and he was sick, and he was lying on the bed. So you can imagine it and write it in this way. The farmer had a child who was lying sick on the bed. At this point, we imagine that the farmer had a child who was lying sick on the bed. The snake is about to bite the farmer's son. The snake crawled, C-R-A-W-L-E-D, crawled to the bed. The snake crawled to the bed and was about to bite the child. The snake crawled to the bed and was about to bite the child. The farmer chases away the snake. So the snake is about to bite the farmer's son. The farmer chases away the son. What could be the activity between these 2 points? The farmer saw it, and immediately he took a lathi and chased away the snake. So immediately the farmer's eyes fell on it. He took a lathi and chased away the snake. So this is the end of the story. So how does our story stand? How does our story look? Let's read it once again. Once a farmer was growing crops in the field. Suddenly he noticed a snake nearby. The snake looked almost dead with cold. You can write here the farmer. The farmer The farmer took pity on the snake, brought it home, burnt wood, made fire, and warmed it. After a while, the snake wriggled and came back to life. The farmer had a child who was lying sick on the bed. The snake crawled to the bed and was about to bite the child. Immediately, the farmer's eyes fell on it. He took a lathi and chased away the snake. So, this is the story. So, if you see in the so this becomes a paragraph. Very simple sentence. So in this way you can write a story by developing all these points. Now, if you are asked to add a moral to it, you add it or leave it. Here in this question, we are not asked to add a moral to the story, but you can think of what would be the moral. The farmer is good, the farmer is kind, but the snake is evil. We can say that the good and the wicked don't lose their nature. The good and the wicked don't lose their nature. The farmer was good. First time he took pity on the snake, and the last time when his son's life was in danger and was about to be stung by the snake, he did not kill the snake. So, by nature, the farmer was good. He did not give up his goodness. The snake was wicked. The snake was done a favor, but the snake forgot the favor done to it by the farmer and was about to kill the child. That is, the snake has an evil nature, and the snake also doesn't want to give up his evil nature. So, the good and the wicked don't lose their nature. This could be the moral of the story. So all this was about a story. I hope you have quite understood how to write a story. First of all, read all the points and imagine what could be the story, what the story could be, give a title, give a moral at the end of the story, and write this story in the past tense. Make a small and simple sentence. You need not write a big sentence. If you are able to just develop these points into very simple sentences, you can write a story, and your story will become a paragraph. Thank you very much.